Hey, thank you for being here to hang out with me, and I apologize that this mirror is in the frame. We're going to be pairing two palettes today. We're going to be pairing MAC Unfiltered Nudes, which I love. That is what this looks like, with clear throat drum roll, please. My Lethal Cosmetics Rainbow Orchid BYOP. And that name is the name that my members helped me to choose. And so these are what they look like together. So we're getting our colors, the colorful colors from Lethal, and we're going to be using the MAC Unfiltered Nudes for outer corner, transition, outer V, brow bone highlight, that type of thing. So I'm going to tell you, I need to put on some City Beauty because my lips are dry right now. But I want to show you what we're going to be doing. Full face is done. I have Midnight Snack in the brows, so I need this paper. Label for me here. I have the names on there. So that was covering up the shadows though. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to take Equinox on the first portion of the lid. This, which is Mycelium, on the second quarter of the lid, and this one here, so you're very green look. This is Fauna, third quarter of the lid, excuse me. And for lower lash line, we are taking Descent, first half lower lash line, and this is going to go on second half lower lash line. So that's what we're going to be using from that palette, and I will just call out the shades as I use them. I do have a code, not a code, I do have a link for MAC Cosmetics down below. This is not limited edition. I love this packaging, y'all, and it is so sleek and so pretty. But anyway, so what we're using from this one is, if I can cover up the glare, we're going to be taking Sonic Chocolate, this shade here, for our, like, the fourth quarter of the lid, outer corner of the lid, and then we're going to take this shade here, which is Give Me Cyberspace, as an outer V type shade, and we're going to take Uninterrupted, this shade here, for our transition shade. Did I just stick the brush in it? Nope. Did I? No. And Les Artistes, this shade here, for our brow arch highlight. So that's what we're going to be using. I'm excited to do this because I don't think, you know what, I did a look with this, one eye with this and one eye with something else. It was a Pat palette, and excuse me for that, itching under my nose. But I haven't paired this with anything else that I can think of. But we're going to be pairing a lot of my Lethals with other stuff, because y'all know Lethal's got the Boom Pow that I'm satisfied with and that I like, and other palettes will go to for other stuff. But so we're going to put Sangria on, prime the lids with Fenty, then put on Groundwork on top of that, and then we're going to jump into this look. This is Equinox, and that's, y'all, just one pat. Look at that, one pat. Y'all, I love these Lethal shades. And the, oh, I love Lethal shades. I love, oh. If you want to do a simple graphic look, you can just do this. I do think this is on a timer, because it just goes off, but then when I turn it on, it comes right back on. If you just want to do a simple graphic look, just do this, drag this across. Well, for me, it would be my transition area, and that could be your look. And maybe do a wing, drag it across for me here, and then wing it out. That could be your graphic look, because the graphic, and you would be playing with negative space, and we do have the color of the green, the aqua green underneath. Yeah, this could really just be it, y'all. This could really be it. And since I have the paint pot here, so that it doesn't crease, I could just put on a flesh tone shade, which would look like nothing is on my lids, but it would still be that graphic line and playing with negative space. Today is the 15th, y'all. I'm still tired from the weekend. I did already shift some things in my calendar from today to other days. Let me do the intro. We are going to put a video after this one. Hello again and welcome. My name is Dion. I call this the Crazy Tronation because I just jump in like we've been here like all day. I'm hoping you aren't seeing this glare right here, because I see it, but then when I move, I don't see it. So I'm hoping it's just something I'm seeing. We're going to take Mycelium. My name is Dion. I call this the Crazy Tronation of YouTube. Why? These blend so well together, but that's not why. The crazy part, just knowing it's okay to be your authentic self. regardless of what people say you should or shouldn't do, just be who you are. It's very freeing. The troll part of the crazy troll nation is not paying too much attention to the beauty community standards. You'll hear you must use this brand, this tool, or this technique, and I'm here to tell you that you don't. I mean, you try all the things if you want to, but try not to feel obligated to try all the things because some of your favorite content creators are telling you what you have to do. Do whatever you want to, with whatever you want to get your makeup on in a way that you are satisfied with it. And I'm missing something. I don't need this brush out. I wanted this brush. Two things to know about me. This is fauna. I curse sometimes because I curse, and there's an organism that lives in my throat that randomly hiccups, gargles, and belches. I do try to be aware of it, to say, excuse me. This is cute. This is very cute. I'm thinking about pedomorphosis. Let me know if you guys are kind of seeing pedomorphosis in this. And maybe it's just because of the green and that yellowish hue. Y'all, look at that shine across the lid. Ooh. This is a BYOP. So if you are a fan of lethal shades, you can just purchase the shades and put them in one of their palettes that you would have to buy. If you do complete a palette, you get a percentage off. If you complete a 12 pan, I think I want to say 30% off. Don't quote me on that. The 9 pan and 6 pan is the less percentage. But so if you do like these shades or any of my lethal shades, I will put the playlist in the iCards, which will cause it to show up down below the description box. I do have some fallout from that shade. Full face is done, including Scandinavia spray. So that did just wipe off, So, y'all, I like this. So you can easily just build your own palette. Now we're going to go into the MAC palette, and we're going to take Sonic Chocolate, and we're going to put this over here. Now this is a very easy look. Lethal shadows for me are extremely easy to use. Like I have never, no, that's a lie. The only problem I've ever had, the only shadow, I've ever had an issue with is Chrome Yellow in the Hi-Fi color palette. That one did not pick up and did not put down. I don't even know why it's in there. Like, it just does not work at all. It doesn't matter if it's a sponge tip, doesn't matter if it's a brush. And for me, the sponge tips mimic a finger application. It just would not, it was just like, I'm just here to look cute. I'm not here to be functional. But other than that, that's the only eyeshadow for MAC that I've had an issue with not working. And so I don't know what it is with that one. And yeah, people say, oh, yellows are hard to make. I've heard that about every single eyeshadow color. Reds are hard to make, blues are hard to make, greens are hard to make, yellows are hard to make. And somebody commented under one of my videos, because I was doing a rant like I'm doing right now, and they were like, it's not hard to do any color eyeshadow, though it can be hard to create a good whatever color that is eyeshadow. And that sat well with me, because just to say, oh, it's hard to make a good yellow, then why are all these other brands making yellows and there are not any problems with them? You know what I mean? And MAC to me is a good brand. It still is that it girl. She's just chilling in the back though. But yeah, I don't aspire to, oh, it's hard to make this or that, because then you're making excuses for a poor quality shadow. In my mind. And if I'm paying money for it, I at least wanted to show up. Even if it's really light and ethereal, like, do something. But that didn't do anything. This is still round, as this side usually is. And this side is that sharp angle like it usually is. Y'all, I am so freaking excited for Makeup by Dion Luvs, because I received a message. Someone, because I have been posting my pictures, my graphic pictures, my themed pictures, my novelty makeup looks, or whatever you want to call them, the clown stuff and the troll play type stuff, on my Fet page. And I received a message today, hey, are you going to such and such event? It's a huge cosplay event. And I was just like, and I checked my calendar. It's the same night as the event I'm already working at. So I was like, damn. And I think they only have it like, it's annually, because it was like, you know, such and such annual, you know, cosplay villain something. And I was just like, damn. And I am cool with the person. So I told him, keep me in mind for other events, pass the word out and, blah, 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 blah. Because I met him probably like 6-7 years ago. And he was like, I will do. He said, we'll do. And he's like, we do need to catch up, which, yeah, we haven't seen each other in a while. Because when COVID shut things down, y'all, I shut down too. And so the conference I would always see him at, I didn't go to for a couple years. But I am excited, though, because, and I do get hearts and likes and comments on my pictures over there. But for someone to actually be like, hey, are you coming to such and such? I saw your pictures. I'm just like, so it is working. It's working. It's working. I can't be silly. Okay, so uninterrupted. No. Give me cyberspace, that darker brown. So I am just excited. And yes, it does take time to build up anything you're doing, but just, the exposure. I mean, it's doing what, oh, that's pretty. It's doing what I hoped it would do. So I'm gonna just post all these pictures here. And I did contact the event host to let them know that I have been posting pictures on here so that they can see what I'm doing, and also if they needed a character reference. I'm not gonna say more about that, but I am very excited. I'm very excited, and I'm trying not to be too excited because there's always a chance that people will come and be like, yeah, that's cute, but I'll just watch you do somebody else. But I am expecting to do quite a few faces, but then I don't want to like jinx myself either. You know what I mean? This is nice. I'm going to feather in between these two, or I think I should feather with the previous brush. I like it how it is, though. We're going to go back with the previous brush. I know I like it how it is, then we're going to cover it back up. Excuse me, Sonic Chocolate, because I just want this a little bit lighter, like right where the two meet. Yeah, so we're going to put that right here. But I am super, super excited, and I do need to play with Hector and Ronnie. But y'all, my eyes been so exhausted today. Oh my gosh. And I was out and about yesterday, and I had such a hard time getting out of bed today. Let's see. Uninterrupted for our transition shade, which is really going to kind of be our brow bone shade. So this is going to go up here. This compared to Lure and the Lethal palette, this one is looking, it has like a greenish tint to it. And so when I looked at it, I'm like, that's kind of like a grungy shade. So by the time we finish this look, we'll have used 5 shades from this Lethal BYOP and 4 shades from the MAC palette. Really? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it? That is it. 4. I do try and keep it even when I'm working in different palettes. That's nice. Because if I'm only just going to use one shade, chances are I can use whatever color that shade is in the palette that I'm in. Like if I was only using this transition shade, I can just use that light brown I just showed you in my Lethal palette. You know what I mean? And so when I pair palettes, I try to pick shades that are different from each other, or at least pick one or the other. You know what I mean? So that is that, y'all. Did I use... you know what? This is the brush that I use for the outer corner, because I'm looking at this one like it's clean, and I went like this and like there's nothing puffing off of it, so I use this one twice. That is all right. So now we're going to take, I'm starting to sweat, Les Artistes from MAC, and it has like a gray tone to it. Well, you saw it when I showed it to you. So we're going to put that right here. Y'all look. Oh my gosh. Y'all, I don't know when I fell in love with a strip of light under my brow. Like, I really don't. I really don't know when that happened. Because for a long time, I wouldn't even do... Well, I would do brow bone shades. It would be a thicker line than this. But just this thin line, y'all. And that little beam of light. Back to Lethal. We're going to take Descent. And... oh, I had 2 deliveries that came in today. This is the lighter purple. Y'all, I just made like a huge... let me just blow it down anyway, because... I had 2 deliveries come today. One, I had mentioned in a live stream last night saying it had been... the tracking was stuck after it departed a distribution center in Jersey. And I'm like, well, how many days is it going to be stuck? So that came today. And a delivery that was supposed to come this 17th. That came today. I was just like, whoa. I'm like, okay. So I gotta make sure I add this stuff to my inventory and to my April beauty budget. Oh, yeah, so this is nice. Like, this is pretty. I don't know why I be acting like I don't expect these shades to make a really nice look. Now we're going into Exosphere. Exosphere, I believe, is in my Mission Triple X Inspired palette. It's a dual chrome, so it's like blue, purple, green, all the colors. So now I'm trying to think of what to put on my upper lash line. So I just wanted to do like a colorful look because Lethal, I mean, you can do monochromatic. Yeah, it's still going to be bright because Lethal shows up. Like y'all saw when I patted that first shade. And the way these colors I chose blend together, we have the bright gold and then like a muted green and then like a moss green and then the light brown, dark brown. Y'all. I love me some Lethal. And I like the BYOPs better because sometimes the pre-mades aren't exactly what I want. And I honestly don't miss any of the ones I used to have. And the reason I don't have them is because I had them so long that they turned. But I don't really miss them. And too, because I know I can just purchase a similar shade. And I have jeepers. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 BYOPs from Lethal. And I have a couple pre-made. It's like I have enough. I have enough. So this is the look. I'm going to figure out what from Lethal to put on my upper lash line using their water activated liner. And I'm going to figure out a lip. I'm thinking dark brown, believe it or not. This one right here in particular. Nah, I don't know. We'll come back. This shows the finished look. For lips, we went with Loving the Dead Matte Black with Emerald Green Sparkles. And I was caught between this one and Mulled Wine, which is Matte Deep Brown Wine. So I thought this one, this would give it a more goth grunge type feel. But this is still, you know, she's really cute. I still do have Notoriously Morbid. That's who those are from. In my cart. Did I purchase them? I think I did because I purchased something else. So what we used today for upper lash line, I was going to do one of the greens and then I realized I had not used this one. This one in the middle is Digital Dream and we used this top dark blue which shows up green. Maybe because I put it over yellow. I am not sure. So this is it for the look. So hang tight. We're going to do another pairing. It's probably Lethal and MAC. I'm not sure. And I know it is easier when I stick with one brand, excuse me, or even if I'm pairing, just both clips be the same brand because I've heard that it's easier to follow along. But what I want us to get used to though is it's about the colors. It's not about a specific brand. It's about the colors. So if you have a gold, like a dusty kind of green and a moss green and browns, you could do this look. Green liner for upper lash line, purples for underneath. If you have those shades, you can do a look similar to this. And so I really want us to get back to old school YouTube that I love when it was just about the colors. And so I only say the names in case you do want to get specific things that I'm using, that I'm showing, because you can say, yeah, I saw her use that and that's how it looks. And another thing I will say about Lethal, it shows up on a lid like it does in a pan unless it's a dual chrome or multi-chrome. This one is Exosphere. This one here. So you see it's blue and then it's purple. But this shade, it showed up what it is. This shade showed up what it is. This one showed up what it is. Lethal will not surprise you. And there are some brands where their shadows notoriously show up on my lids different than it looks in a pan. And so I'm like, anytime I use one of those palettes from that particular brand, I'm like, what does it really want to look like though? You know what I mean? But Lethal is it. So yeah, let's do our pictures because I'll probably forget. Let's do this one, do this one, do this one, and hold up both of these for the gallery. I stopped doing flat lay pictures, y'all, because I realized I wasn't putting them anywhere, and then I said I'll put them on, you know, on my blue sky. But sometimes they show up regular, and sometimes they show up truncated, and I'm like, no, that ain't look right. So these are the two palettes that we use. Trying to get all the glares off, trying to get this to hold up some kind of way. So this ain't working. Yeah, y'all see the struggle I do after the videos usually, but this is what we use for trying to get it even, and it's not for this look. So let's take this picture. Hopefully that's okay because I ain't doing it again. So hang tight and you'll see another look coming up right about now. Thank you for being here to spend some time with me today. Okay, let's just get this out the way. Okay, first of all, never do your brows like this. Okay, when your inner being says stop, just stop, because this is what happens when you don't. So now that that's out the way, we're going to put on City Beauty Sangria. I know my brows are looking crazy. We're going to pair 2 palettes, but it's actually 3 because I put star shades. This one, and these 2 are from the mini star palette. Everything else is from Golden. So we're all going to use 2 of the star shades and 1 or 2 of the golden shades, and we're going to pair that with, drum roll please, this is my Motley palette, BYOP from Lethal, that my members helped me name it Motley. So in reverse to what we did before, how we used the Lethal for excuse me, the brighter shades, we're going to use the lighter shades in the golden palette. I am so awkward. And we're going to use the Lethal for some of the darker shades and 2 of the lighter shades for like brow bone type thing. So, but this is what we're pairing today. I will just call out the shades. One thing I will not call out, because I cannot call out, are the star shades. This one, and that one. We're all going to use these 2. I didn't make a note, excuse me for that glare, of what these star shadow names are. So what we're going to do, I will let you know right now, and then we're just going to jump in. We are going to use this on the first quarter of our lid, this one on the second quarter of our lid. Excuse me if that glared you. And then we're going to take Habitat for third quarter, and this on the outer lid. Then we're going to go back to this palette, and we're going to take this is Sandstone, first half, excuse me for those glares. First, I'm trying to look for something to put over it. Sandstone on the first half of transition, and Teak on the second half of the transition area. And then we're going to go back to the Lethal palette. Are we really? Yes, we're going to put this for, oh, this is green in person. This is a dual chrome. And I think I saw green when I first looked at it. And of course, it's not going to switch for you. We're going to put this for Brow Arch and Black Forest, which is this shade. Really? I meant to, no, wait. This is Black Forest. This for lower lash line. And even though these are marble, they do show, this shows up just as a gray. And this, I believe, is some type of greenish. But, so that's what we're going to do today. So we are going to prime the eye with the Fenty and then put the Paint Pot groundwork on top of that. And when we come back, we are going to jump right into, yes, I'm moving you. We're going to jump right into these palettes. I'm going to take that first shade from the Star palette, and that's going to go here. My final Temu order came because they split it up in orders depending on where the seller is or where the warehouse is. And so my second makeup kit is here. And so instead of having to rearrange stuff, you know, for like just regular clients versus, you know, party face paint type events, one kit is going to be for just regular makeup, and the other kit will be for the party stuff. And so I need to probably put, and I'll switch stuff around as I'm doing my inventory, because I'm going to inventory it like I did for my own stuff. I'm going to take that next shade from Star, and if it is going to be like complete just face paint, I'm thinking I won't need complexion products. But then if somebody does just want a basic look, I can still do that, but I would need to just have some complexion products with me. And I can use the face paints for, you know, eyeshadow, but not the red, yellow, and the orange. And it says not to put the blue or green on the lips. And I'm surprised I remembered that, because I remember when I said it before, I'm like, I'm not going to remember this. And I did print it out, and I was going to like make a label or just take that to those palettes, those face paint palettes. And so That's where my mind is with that. Is 2 separate kits, one for this, one for that. And for the most part, I do have most complexion products in with my brushes, my regular brushes, which the face paint brushes are quite different. And so I would probably still just carry that with me. And my carry-on cosmetic bag, you know, complexion stuff are in there too, and like first aid stuff and wipes and things like that. So I think it'll work out well like that, because I can just grab those 2 smaller bags and then just the makeup kit for regular makeup or for party stuff. And so I'm excited to inventory. I want to play with Ronnie and Hector. I still haven't played with them yet. And Hector is just sitting here since he has a flat head on the back. And Ronnie is still in the box. Sitting in the box. So I didn't put, this is their first brush. So this is a dual chrome. So you see it's kind of blue and then it's not that second shade. I did not put the Temu stuff away or the last 2 Mayron orders away because I knew I was going to do an inventory. So like, why put it away if I'm going to take it back out to inventory? And also I was waiting for this other bag to come in. And it's, the date range he gave me was like the 17th to the 24th. Today is the 16th and it came today. So I was surprised. Happily surprised. Now we're going to take Habitat from Lethal. This is a lighter green, and I wanted to put this here just for something different because the next green is a darker green, and that's going to be like the outer corner. Maybe we'll do an outer V, and this does go with that multi-chrome that we already have there for our second shade. And so we're just tapping up here, and then we're going to move over to the other eye. So I am really excited. Yo, it's just, you know, you want things to happen and you're excited for them to happen. And then when it starts happening, it's just like, it's happening. Like, it's really happening. And yeah, so I'm gonna just leave that there because I feel like I talk about it quite a bit. And it's because it's like things are moving along now. And, you know, still with faces here or there, you know, which keeps me fresh. This is the brush that had the second shade on it. We're not adding more on the brush, we're just doing this. And so it's just, this side, the green is over further. I almost hit my face and I'm glad I didn't. So we're just gonna put a little more here. And we are putting that darker green on the outer corner, so that will cover some of that up. And I'm wondering if I should take this all the way over and then do like an outer V, but no, because this shade is kind of like, this gives it like a slight grunge effect to it. I like it. I like that. I like it a lot. So this is a brush that had that second shade on there. Not adding more onto the brush. Yo, I've been having dizzy spells today, and I don't know why. I don't know. So this one is Wilderness, that darker green from Lethal. I was watching MSNBC like clips, and I'm glad that they break their stuff up into like bite-sized pieces. Like a clip might be you know, maybe like 7 to 12 minutes or something. And so those are the ones that I tend to watch as far as like other news channels. And even I think CNN does short clips too, which is good because I cannot consume a lot of news without it affecting my mood. And then I'm like, you know, ending up more agitated and stuff like that. But I did see a thumbnail that said it was like Temu and Shein that they were going to raise prices, and it wasn't Temu or Shein that said that. It was just like some random channel. It wasn't a random channel, but saying that Temu and Shein were going to raise their prices because of tariffs. And we do know that, you know, those companies are overseas. Even though some people think Temu is in the United States, they do have a headquarters here, but their stuff is not from here. But I don't know though, because that chair that I received was shipped by Amazon. So I don't know. This shape is like, yo, I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, I know I'm doing my makeup, but like, you know what it is? Because I'm really distracted thinking about what I saw. So we're just going to bring that all the way up since that's kind of all the way up. So I did get my ring lights in, y'all. Them things are so freaking cheap. Them things are so cheap. lifting up Hector is heavier than holding both of those ring lights. Like they feel cheap, and the price was really low, but so was that chair. That chair is the bomb, y'all. And so I was kind of surprised at how cheap those excuse me, the ring lights are. And I think I had forgotten that it was a 2-piece set. So I'm like, they sent me 2. I only ordered 1, but when I looked at the invoice, it did say 2. And so, which is good because I can put one on one side and one on the other side of the chair. But yeah, they're very like lightweight, and I don't think they'll last too long. And so, but we'll deal with that when it comes. We're just going to bring this up higher because this side is all the way up to the brow. So we're just going to do that. And I did not mean to do that, but since we did, we're going to make it look like it's intentional. I do not see any fallout under here, but we're just going to do that anyway. Now we're going to take, what shade? Sandstone. And I'm trying to remember if this made me like ashy, dusty. So this is going to go on first half of, it's not even quite transition, but this is more like my brow bone. So we're going to put that there, and right here, which we don't need to because the first shade does go up to my brow. And so we're just going to put this here on the top line of those lid shades. And we're going to put that down, take a clean brush, and we're going to go into teak. And that's going to go over here. So just a little bit darker than sandstone. You know what? I haven't used this palette in a while, and I do like it. I liked it more once I mixed in the star shadows. But yeah, very easy to work with. So this is what we got, and that would be fine by itself because it looks like there's a line up here. It looks like that shadow up there, and it's not. And even though this is completely rounded, this one kind of, yeah. So we're going to take Proxima from Lethal, and we are going to just put this. Oh, it did show up pink, and it looked pink on your end, but when I looked at it earlier, it looked green, and I was just like, oh, this is feisty. This is like a like where in this look is there pink to put pink under my brow? Nowhere, but that is nice. That is different and is nice, and it's like, oh wow, you know what I mean? I like this. I'm glad I chose this color. Yeah, so it's just like a little sliver of boom pow. And y'all know I don't always go for the boom pow. So now we're going to take Black Forest for our lower lash line. Oh shit, I just realized I didn't put anything on my inner ribs or lower lash line. I'm just grabbing 2 pencils, and it turned out to be these 2. These are from MAC. Damn, y'all. And we're going to put this one real quick. I forgot because I do after I do my base, that's when I do my inner rims and lower lash line, and I completely forgot. So I am committing to playing with Ronnie or Hector every day, because I really think that will help me a lot. Because anytime you keep doing something, you're going to get better at it. You know what I mean? And this is the lighter one we're going to put under here. Y'all probably like, why you didn't put a green since you're putting that green under there? Y'all know I don't be matching my colors like that. And sometimes I do like how it turns out putting a different color shadow than the gel pencil that I'm putting under there. And even if I just blended this out, I would like that too. And once in a blue moon, I do that. It's been a while since I've done that. But sometimes, there were times when I would just blend that out. And you kind of gotta move, you have to move quick depending on which pencil liner you're using, because some dry down faster than others. All right, so now we have Black Forest on the brush, and that's what that looks like. And so I do like the color that it turns into, or that it looks like when I put whatever I'm putting over top of the gel pencil liner. It's looking like there's gaps right here, but I think I just fixed it. I keep wanting to dip into palettes, that bottom shade, that marbled gray and pink shade, but I did not. caught myself. I think I just grazed my eyeball. I think I did, but then I don't think I did because my eye isn't tearing. So maybe I almost did, but I blinked and my lash just prevented it from going in there. You know what, this brush is wet, so maybe I did. Actually, this eye is tearing, which is strange. So that is it for the shadow, y'all. And this is what we have. And we do not have any fallout, but just out of habit. Yeah. So we're going to edit out upper lash. My arm has been giving me problems again. My elbow, that part of my elbow, the muscle around the elbow. We're going to figure out what liner we're going to use. We're going to put that on. And then we're going to put these two on and we'll figure out a lip. And when we come back, everything will be done. I am really digging this look, y'all. So for the lip, we put on from Notoriously Morbid. This, I think this came in their advent calendar box. This is a Burial is a Secret. It's not available on its own. This is that, look at that chocolate, that deep dark chocolate. And this is from Notoriously Morbid. This is I'm Liking Your Style. This was a free gift with purchase. We layered that on the center part of the brown. So the very outer corners, that's just this. The rest of my lip has this, and I think it goes well with the look. So we have like a really light, unintrusive swamp grunge look for the eyes today, and I forget what we did yesterday. I'm thinking it was something colorful, I'm not sure, but this is what we have. I'm digging the upper lash line, y'all, because I don't think I've used it. We used, let me see, let me get my paper right, Psycho Pop. And we use this pink because I'm thinking, okay, we have this orangey up here, and I thought maybe this was going to show up orange. We used the one at the bottom, but it did show up pink. I did have to do 2 layers of it. Put it on, let it dry a little bit, and go back and put a little bit more on. Let it dry a little bit in the pan, and then, you know, the color starts to show up more. I have an accidental swoosh on both sides. They look the same. I'm cool with that. And so this is what we have. I'm gonna leave that open, let that fully dry. We're gonna go ahead and take our pictures. I am really digging this look, y'all. Like, it's a lot going on, but I think it all works. I think it all works. See, this way it does look pink, but when I'm looking down here, it looks orange. And so it does, yeah. So let's take our pictures. And then this one, and then this one. And we're gonna hold up both of these palettes for the picture in the gallery. I don't know why I always do this picture, because I never use it for anything. Because when I do the collage picture, there's this look, and then me holding up both the palettes, and then this look this way, and then just the picture with my eyes closed. And so I never do, so yeah, so maybe I'll just stop doing that. I don't even know why I do that, I don't know. But yeah, so this is for the gallery, and we'll put this in our thumbnail. Thank you for bearing with me as I did that. Let me know about both of these looks. We're going to keep on rolling. Tomorrow's live stream is going to be hysterical, I think. Yeah, so we'll you will see this after that, so you'll understand like why I was like, what, being all cryptic and whatnot. But this is the look we have. I appreciate you for being here. As always, self-acceptance, self-love, that is the crazy Troll Nation way. Stuff is popping up over here for you to watch. I would love for you to consider hanging out with me, and until next time, bye.